Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Hathley. I'm a biologist with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission and also one of the co-chairs for the Standing Technical Committee. So this presentation typically happens on day one, but with only having an hour yesterday, we wanted to give as much time to yellow perch and walleye as we could. So we moved this presentation back to this morning. So just going to give you a little update on what the STC is doing. Big thanks from Rich, Todd, Eric, Pascal, and myself for all of you being here today and seeing this wonderful work that the task groups and everybody is providing. So one of the things that we're working on currently, the STC is actively engaged in working on both the walleye and yellow perch management plans. We are currently updating the walleye management plan with some of the text work. We're not able to update the model yet. We're working on yellow perch first, so we're working on the language that's in the walleye management plan, looking at order of operation and whatnot, just to kind of tweak it to get it moving forward as we wait for the models to be worked with. Yellow perch requires substantially more work as we're porting the models from ADMB into Template Model Builder. So we've all been working very closely with the Quantitative Fisheries Center, and what we're looking to do is we're looking to fund a permanent position there, or a 5-year term position there, for somebody who's dedicated to working on our management plans with us and for us. So in years past, we've hired postdocs to help us with this, and this time for the management plan, we've decided to hire a full-time staff. So the first step is just that. We need to port all the models from ADMB into RTMB, or Template Model Builder, which is the new model builder going forward, and it has more support. So one of the things we need to do is go through a full management plan review with both of these plans, and that comes through the LEC process and through internal discussions as we look at how we evaluate our plan's performance. We have very good management plans in place. They have performed very, very well. We have good harvest control rules, but there's always room for improvement. There's always room for things that we can fix. So as we look at that, we look at how the fishery metrics performed, and we look at our harvest control rules, and are they still meeting the needs of our anglers, both commercial and recreational sport anglers, to this day, or is this something that needs to be reviewed and changed? So, and as always, we need to assess the models and make updates and repairs where needed. So this is what the timeline looks like as we're moving through the management plan. You'll see in phase 1 is what we're currently in. We're working on the walleye management plan, and then phase 2 is also simultaneously going on as we're porting the model, or starting to port the model for yellow perch management plan, into the new system, into the new TMB, and working with the QFC. So once we get to that point with yellow perch, then we'll be able to work on the language within the plan, and then once the model is done with yellow perch, then we can move to the model in phase 3 with walleye. So we talk about LEC, for those of you that don't know, is our Lake Erie Person Management Advisory Group, and that is the process that we engage our stakeholders. We work with folks from all the industries, citizens at large and whatnot, to get their input, what they desire out of the fishery, what they need out of the fishery, both of our large fisheries, perch and walleye. And from that, we come up with fisheries performance metrics and what that means and what we need from these management plans, to make these harvest policies to continue to be a sustainable fishery, but still provide for all of these industries. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to build on all of our past results. We had a lot of common goals and objectives when we first set out LEC, and we need to review those and go make sure that we're all still on the same page. This whole process is all in the interest of being transparent and working with stakeholders and showing them what we're doing, what we're thinking about doing, and get input as we move forward. And it's a very inclusive step. I mean, it really does include everybody from all aspects to really help advise how these plans move forward. So we had a LEC meeting virtually in January, in which we updated everybody from LEC on what had happened up to that point, where we were going, and trying to get everybody re-engaged into the process to get the whole LEC program started back up again, so that we could go through this process with the new management plan. We then had a meeting in March, just a week ago, and that's when we discussed the RAHs. When we had the decision to be made in MU2, and we presented it to LEC and gave them the option of helping us decide what harvest we would go with. Through their advising and through LEC's take on it, was how we came to the RAH. Again, very transparent, working together, and it works out wonderfully for us. So we are going to have a meeting with LETMAG in person. It's probably going to be the beginning of June rather than May, but it'll be the first in-person meeting since 2018. So we can start to engage those folks again and really get people back into the whole LETMAG process. As we've gotten into the virtual world, we've kind of gotten away from that personal aspect and really understanding each other's needs and understanding what each fishery requires to be sustainable, to be maintained, and to be profitable. So getting that first step and getting that in-person meeting going is really key for this whole thing to get kicked off and started. So the date and the location is still to be determined, but it's going to be probably in the first couple weeks of June. So with all that being said, on behalf of all the STC members, we can't thank the task groups enough. The hard work that they do, all these presentations you see is just the culmination of all the work they've done throughout the entire 2023 and beyond year. So we're very fortunate to have such dedicated staff and such wonderful people that are able to put together all this hard work. And then we thank to the Great Lakes Fisheries Commission, John Detmers and Roger and Jeff. We couldn't do this without you. Your facilitation and your coordination of all this, it's paramount in what we do. So, and then another huge thank you to the Michigan State University with Chris Vandergut and Travis Brandon at the Quantitative Fisheries Center. But on top of all that, with the discussions of LETMAG, this couldn't be done without our stakeholders. Without the input and the needs of them being made apparent to us, we wouldn't be able to do as quality work that we are doing with these management plan reviews. So with that being said, are there any questions?